Consider the global diaspora. Indians, whether first, second, or third generation, retain a sense of Indian identity, regardless of where they reside. In the U.S., they are referred to as American of Indian descent. In South Africa, after many generations, they are still referred to as Indians. Most of them cannot speak even a single word in any Indian language. The same hold true for many other groups. Chinese communities worldwide maintain cultural ties and identity with China across generations and borders. Japanese identity persists globally, often through cultural practices and community connection. Africans in various countries around the world are identified by their strong ancestral African heritage. It even sounds funny when a person of African descent refers to himself as French or English. In the U.S., they are referred to as African American. Arabs' identity transcends boundaries with their shared language and culture. Now let us consider a different historical context. European settlers arrived in various parts of the world, establishing new communities. In South Africa, for instance, descendants of the Dutch, German and French settlers developed a distinctive identity often referred to as Afrikaner, meaning African. They claimed this land and identity as their own, separate from their European origins. That raises a fundamental question about the nature of identity formation and belonging. European settlers are not Afrikaner and can therefore not be referred to as African. Is identity a matter of self-declaration and connection to the new land? Or is it inextricably linked to ancestral heritage and historical filters? How do you reconcile the persistent transnational identities and many diaspora groups with the claims of new localized identities formed through settlement? The Romans once conquered, ruled, and even settled in vast regions across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, yet they never altered their core identity to assimilate with the conquered peoples or to match the local cultures of those lands. We can only conclude that the so-called Afrikaner's sole objective is to erase the indigenous peoples, rewrite history to confuse future generations, and legitimize their presence on that land. In New Zealand, Australia, and the United States, settler populations have overtaken the native populations. In North Africa, Arabs have largely erased the indigenous peoples, and they are now turning their attention to Sudan. Wake up, Africans, unite or perish.
I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born on American soil. But I did go back to the motherland, and I love it, and made millions going back to the motherland. But I was born in America. When the Europeans came to the Native Americans, well, they like to call them Native Americans, but the Indians' land, we don't call them European Americans. So I don't want to be called an African American. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? You can call me a black American, but I'm an American. When I competed in the Olympics, they didn't say fighting an African American. They said that American that's fighting out of the red corner or out the blue corner. I love America. I love this country.
May the grace of our African ancestors be with us on our sacred journey to restore everything that was stolen from Africa, to Africans, now and forever. So let it be.